Welcome back, and thanks for joining me on this lecture. In the previous lecture, we talked about the OWASP and top vulnerabilities that you should learn when you're learning web application testing and hacking. I had a couple of quick references to JuiceShop and the vulnerable web application for JuiceShop. So I figured we'd take some time to actually set it up in this lecture. Before we get into everything, I'm going to leave links to what we're covering in the description of the video below. So that way you can just kind of run through and click through where to find JuiceShop, where to find Heroku, and eventually you'll be able to find your application and your own instance of JuiceShop to run and test against. So we're going to start in GitHub at the JuiceShop repository. So it's just JuiceShop. And as we scroll down the page, we can actually get into the documentation with the setup contents. And you'll see there are a couple different ways of doing this. We have Heroku, which we'll jump to in a little bit. You can build it from source. You can package it in different ways. It can run on Docker. You can deploy it with Vagrant, Amazon EC2, or in Azure if you want to put it in an Azure container. So there are a lot of different ways to deploy the same application depending on what your needs are and also depending on where you want to host it. Some of the benefits of hosting it in Amazon or Azure or GCP, for example, is that it's a little bit more widely available. You can use more beefy hardware, but that's going to be expensive. And when you're just learning and testing, you might not want to go ahead and deploy the biggest instance you can get because they're going to charge you by the minute for it. In my personal experience, it's been a lot easier to just deploy these things locally on your own machine, or if you have a spare desktop lying around that you're not using or an old laptop you can repurpose, those work perfectly fine. But the easiest thing to get going without knowing a ton of DevOps and deploying a whole bunch of different scripts is to actually just use Heroku. And you'll see deploy Heroku is free for $0 a month, but you're going to get the free dyno. So as far as load balancing goes and application performance, it may be a little bit slower, but it's free, it's super easy to deploy, and it's just going to work. So you'll see there's two steps before actually deploying the application. There's one, sign up to Heroku. So when you go to the sign up page, it's going to ask for some basic information such as first name, last name, email, role, things like that, just making sure you're not a robot. I've already gone ahead and done that. So I have my Heroku platform up and it's ready to deploy an application. So back from the GitHub repository, we can actually just click this deploy to Heroku button. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And app name, we're just going to name it just what the sec JuiceShop. It's available. This is eventually going to be part of the URL that we use to access this application. Choose the region. We can add more options if we want to, but let's just keep everything the same and click deploy app. And you'll see a couple things are happening here. It's going to create the application, it's going to configure the environment that it's going to be running in, and then it's going to actually build it. So it's going to install the Node application. It's going to install all the Node dependencies for it. And this is a good time to kind of get up, get a cup of coffee or tea, wait a couple minutes, and then come back to it. And I'm going to speed up the video to get to the build process, and then we'll come back. Okay, so what I've done is I've navigated away from the build page and I've gone to my personal apps page, and you'll see that the application is still listed, but if we click on it, On the right hand side, the build is still in progress. We can click on the build progress and get an idea of what's been happening. You'll see build succeeded, launching release v3, and then it has a URL. That URL is going to be accessible to us as well. You'll note here that we actually just got the application deployed. And if we click Open App in the upper right-hand corner, it will open up a new tab. And since this is the first time that we're deploying this application, it may be a little bit slower. So just give it a minute as it loads up. And there we go. So we have our welcome screen. Welcome to OWASP Juice Shop. You can just dismiss this, and you'll see we have a fully functioning yet intentionally vulnerable application for us to look at and start diving into and exploiting. So with the application spun up and that in mind, we're going to start getting into vulnerabilities in the next couple of lectures. So we can figure out what we can actually do with this, and we'll be revisiting things like cross-site scripting and injection attacks as well. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll take a look at these vulnerabilities in the next up and coming videos as well.